It is officially summer, which means that it is also officially internship season. Now, internships can be a really, really great career opportunity. So today I want to talk about 10 different tips for turning your internship into a full-time job. The first tip that I want to give you is to take initiative. This is pretty obvious, but you can do this in different ways. One way is just, maybe picking up around the office, being extra courteous. But another way is making sure if you have some downtime to take the initiative to ask for extra work. A lot of times, they don't want to overload you with a huge workload, so you're going to have to ask. So make sure if you do have some time to ask, because it will look really good. Sometimes it's hard to showcase certain skills in an internship, but another tip is that if you do have some certain skill sets that you'd like to show off, to look for opportunities to do so. This one is pretty obvious as well, but at the end of the day, an internship is really mostly a learning opportunity, so you want to take that opportunity to ask a lot of questions and ask different people questions, even ones that don't work necessarily in the role you're aiming for. It's just a really good practice to stay curious, and there really are no dumb questions for the most part. Next step is to not be shy when it comes to making connections. And I mean more than just connecting people on LinkedIn. Try to talk to people, maybe go for little coffee chats if that's available to you. And remember that people normally really enjoy talking about themselves, so they'll probably be flattered if you want to know more about their career path. I mentioned this earlier, but curiosity is something that's definitely valued in an opportunity like this. If you have the opportunity to sit in on meetings, even if you're not necessarily involved, definitely take them, soak everything in. Next tip is to ask for constructive criticism. If you feel like you could be doing better on something, ask how you can make those improvements. It can be kind of nerve-wracking to ask, hey, where can I improve? But that will look really impressive that you do want to take the initiative to improve in your role. Now, only do this next step if you feel like you've gotten a good handle on all of your already assigned tasks. But if you feel like I mentioned earlier, you have some downtime, definitely ask for more work. They are not going to be shy about giving it to you, but just make sure that the work you do have assigned is getting done to a high standard, so it doesn't look like you're just trying to do as much work as possible for brownie points. Next tip would be to try and remember why you applied for this internship, how excited you were when you got the internship, and just keep the passion for the position alive. That will show for a lot. Another tip is to always be on time. Whether this is going into the office and making sure to get there 10, even at least 5 minutes early, just in case there's traffic or parking issues, that can make a big difference. But another thing is, if you're completely virtual, for instance, making sure you're not rolling out of bed 5 minutes before a meeting, because people can usually tell. And finally, this last step can be somewhat intimidating depending on the company you're working for, but if you do have access to chatting with some of your superiors or the higher-ups at whichever company you are, definitely try and take those opportunities. Obviously, you want to be aware and grateful of their time, but those are some really great opportunities to make those connections and really make an impact on their perception of you. A lot of these tips are, of course, interconnected. So overall, just want to make sure that you're staying curious, asking questions, taking initiative, and remember to have a good time and embrace the opportunity. Good luck on your internships and have a great summer.